Okay guys, this is Cruise Roy. I got an email from No Limits Drones about their newest improved version of software. Let me just go to their website here. Page looks the same, but now they're talking about a version 1.2.0.0, the NLD mod client. What they've added is they put it all together now, where you still have the flight controller, NLD home, you got the patcher, but this is only for Android, not the iOS, and the firmware manager. Alright, they asked me if I'd try out the beta. I'm going to try out my Spark that I just got, and let me minimize this window. So they emailed me the file. So here it is, and in the folder it already has, when you download it, it has the firmware package. If I open this up, it's got the bin files all in here, and let me back up, and it also comes with the exe file. Let me run that as administrator. Let's get rid of this. Okay, and again, you need to run a non-modded or debugged DJI Assistant. You can't use the new one that's up right now. As you can read right here, the newest version, Assistant 2, the ASS2 program, 1.1.6. They haven't worked out the bugs with that yet. I don't know if they can, but I still have the older version here. You can still find it from most of the forums, and you can download it and have it and keep it. I've kept all the old ones. I've actually burnt them on CD now, so we can keep track of this stuff, and if anybody needs it, either me or someone else has the package. So let me open up the ASS2 program, which it's really becoming known as ASS2, DJI's ASS2 program. Alright, so you don't want to do anything with this, you just need it open. It works in conjunction with the mod client. Alright, so now if you look down here, at first it said open DJI, now it says connect to the bird USB. So my DJI Spark is now plugged in. I'm going to turn it on. Alright, she's booting up, and we're just going to get the hard drive up there from the disk. That's just the SD card. Okay, now you'll notice that it says device, DJI Spark. Board serial number's not showing up, but here's my firmware. It's the 1.00.0600. Alright. Again, you can either use the DJI Go 4 patcher, so it already kind of takes care of a few of the bugs. The new 600 here, they said your drone would brick if you didn't do it by September 1st or something. So if you didn't do it and your drone just wouldn't fly, it would just stay on the ground. I did have that issue until I upgraded, but it would fly. It would only fly a foot off the ground. But anyways, what I'm going to try here is, like I said, if you go into, I'll just show you opening each menu. That's the home. It's just showing you the latest news and kind of from their blog. The flight controller is what we saw at the first time, was, you know, a few mods and here and there, disable the no-fly zones, disable altitude limit, you know, softer braking or whatever. You also have the patcher in here. You need that 4.1.3 APK file, which a lot of people have already, and it's already been patched. And then of course the firmware manager. Now it's telling me I have the 0.06, and it's showing the firmwares that are available to the Spark. I can't see this due to the picture right here, but I'm thinking it's either the 100 or the 200, and then you got 300, 400, 500, and 600. So what I'll do, I'm going to do the 400 here. I don't know which is the best. I guess it's a trial and error thing until the forums people start doing it and we figure out which one's a which. The 500 before the 600, before I upgraded, the drone was fine. It worked fine. I don't know what all this other crap was, but it was working fine. I don't know about these two because I wasn't one of the first to buy the Spark, so the first Sparks would have had the lowest firmware version. But I'm going to go to the 4 just to see if it works. So it says up here, make sure you got at least 50% battery, which I put in a full charge. And I hope to God I don't brick my Spark because I'll have to change the motherboard. But I told them I'd try it, make a video of trying it. Let's see what it does. I'm going to try the 0.0400. Let's hit downgrade and let's see what it does. Seems to be going a lot faster than dumblore I use for my Mavic, but it might get to that 99% and just stop. Let's see what happens. It just had a glitch right there. I don't know if it's a glitch or just a moment. Okay, I just noticed that the DJI ASS file has just crashed. It's rebooting the drone. I shut the SD card off there. Don't get scared. Now, dumblore just opened up by Jazab. Seems to be moving pretty quick here. What I'm going to have to do later is kind of put a camera on my Spark and maybe we'll plug it all in and check the firmware. The ASS is going to open up by itself again. Plug in the drone. So let me get back to the other screen here. Make sure you at least see the firmware. So now it's flashing. The ASS went off, it came back on. I moved it out of the way so I could watch the window. Another video said you could open up the device from the ASS, but I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I don't want to brick the Spark. So right now it's flashing. If you want, we'll go over the history of all these mods coming out now. There was a lot of people banned from forums because they were talking about this. I don't know what was going on. I mean, DJI doesn't own the United States. They don't own all these other forums, so I don't know quite what was going on. Do they feel they were in the right? You know, okay, now it's busting out on the SD card again. So I guess we'll just shut them down. It's still flashing. It's in the 20%. What I'm getting down here is I'm getting connect to the birds. It's kind of connecting and not connecting. Oop, I just shut down the wrong thing. Oh, that wasn't good, guys. That was not good at all. I hit the wrong X. Don't do that. So you're going to see up front here, I actually bricked this because I shut off the wrong thing because I keep getting that SD card popping up. Let's see what's happened. Alright, well, she started to flash again. She is connected. So that little boo-boo of shutting this down, it's continuing. Thank goodness. The Spark's making idiot noises. But anyways, getting back to all these mods. Does DJI have the right to control our drones, copy everything that we're doing, save everything to their servers that we're seeing on our cellular phones and all that? We recommend that you fly DJI products now in airplane mode. It'll stop all those forced upgrades and stuff, and I don't know, I'd like to fly in certain areas, and if you really think about it, if you use one of the apps on your phone, it's called Before You Fly. Pretty much everywhere I go, there's an airport. So I might as well just sell all my DJI drones or throw them in the trash, because they can't fly anywhere, because everywhere is a airport. But so that's a lot of the mods going on. The other mods are we can make them go further, so let's do battery mods. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do. You can build your own drone if you want. You can get out of this altogether and just build your own drone and use a you can use a type of Arduino board, and you don't have to worry about all this crap. But DJI does have the best drones out there, the most stable, easiest to fly for anybody. Just to get back to the flashing here, it says flashing firmware. I'm stuck at 97%. The Spark has all red lights on at the moment. So I'm going to let it sit here. If I have to speed it up, I'll speed it up, but let's see how long it takes at 97%. Okay, the drone just disconnected by itself again. Okay, the drone just booted back up. And that SD card keeps popping up. I wonder how we can stop that. Okay, well, it says firmware flash successfully. And if you look down here at the bottom, we're at 0.00.0400. Let me check out all the blog sites, the flight controller. Everything's grayed out. The Spark's a little different, so I'll have to ask why this is all grayed out where we can't change anything. I use the patcher file when I fly anyways, and the firmware manager. So there's no instructions or anything, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to shut everything down. I'm going to shut off the drone first. Alright. I'm going to leave these two guys on. Now I've already kind of modded this drone with the modded APK file, sorry. So I'm wondering if that has a little issue with this, but dropping the firmware to 400. Let me just reboot the Spark. We'll try this one more time. We're going to go into the flight controller. Okay, it's processing the firmware. It's still saying 400. Let me go into the flight controller now. Right now it says checking available mods. I'm going to do a little wait, see what happens. Sometimes they say the lower firmwares didn't have anything to mod, so that's why it stays in the gray. So it's still saying checking here. I don't know why. Everything is grayed out, so I can't really adjust anything here. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to shut everything down. Let me shut the drone down. Alright. I'm going to shut down the ASS2 program, and I will shut down the NLD mod client software. Alright, this is Cruise Roy. I'm going to be back in a bit. What I'll do is hook up the Spark to the controller and to my iPad, and we'll see what's happening. Alright, so I'll be back in a bit.